Well, hi there, food friends. It's Kevin.
Hi, Kevin. I'm Ralph, behind the camera.
And welcome to Cavalcade of Food.
Cavalcade of Ice Crushers.
And today we're going to take a look at some vintage appliances. And Ralph, we are going to explore the world of ice crushers. And it's like, that seems like such a specific thing, and it is. But they have come in all shapes and sizes over the years. But let's just talk about ice.
Okay.
Ice is nice.
Ice is nice.
And we like ice for so many reasons. And of course, let's remember that there was an era of kind of cocktail culture
Right.
In this country for a long time. And of course, that ice goes part and parcel with that. But also with entertaining in general, where people would have things like a shrimp cocktail. Remember shrimp cocktail?
With crushed ice?
Crushed ice, and other things that were meant to be put on kept chilled on a bed of crushed ice. Because crushed ice can be molded and sort of shaped into whatever. Crushing ice is also a little bit of a way to extend ice. Let's remember that refrigerators didn't used to have these giant freezers like they have now.
Oh, right.
And they certainly didn't have automatic ice makers and all these things. Now, some people have refrigerators. You can get crushed ice right out of the door of the fridge.
Right.
But then freezers were small, and where people were having parties or entertaining, we still do that to this day. We get a couple bags of ice.
Right.
Never wanted to run out of ice. That was like a cardinal sin. So ice generally always came in cubed form. So if you wanted it crushed, you could do a couple of things. You could put it in a bag or between a couple towels and get out your meat mallet or whatever and crush it the old-fashioned way, or you could use one of these crushers to do the work for you.
As an appliance, yeah. And some houses, I've seen old houses have them built into the kitchen.
Yes, and as a matter of fact, all of these right here are manual ice crushers, and a lot of these, Ralph, have brackets on the back designed to go onto a wall.
Right.
Okay? And we've got a couple different models here of the manual. This is sort of a standalone. This is a countertop model. This is made by Swingaway, which they're very famous for their can opener that mounts onto the wall and kind of swings away. And if you look inside, you see the teeth there.
Almost like a grinder.
Yeah, we're going to put some ice in. And you can see, turn the handle this way for coarse, turn the handle that way for fine. And then the ice drops into this container below. That's
simple.
how you have it.
Sleek.
Now here's a fun one made by Daisy. They also made can openers and other things. Look at the bottom part of that. Doesn't it looks like it's a rocket.
Oh, yeah. And that's made by Dagwood's dog Daisy?
No, D-A-Z-E-Y.
Oh, okay.
But this was meant to go onto a wall. It's got a bracket on the back. Actually, I have the bracket on the inside. The bracket would go in the back, and you'd mount it onto a wall. And then same thing. You'd put the ice in the top. You'd turn it one way if you wanted it fine. You wanted it coarse another way, and then the ice would drop down into this here, and you would just unscrew it.
Space age bachelor pads.
Isn't that cool? And then here's one. This is called an Isomatic. This you could either put on the wall or you could leave it on the countertop. Again, all these have the same principle. They have your grinder here, one way for coarse, one way for fine, and then a container below.
That snaps off easily and contains your ice.
And it has your ice there. Okay.
That's so cool.
Here's another Isomatic, a little different shape, same idea.
Are these all different eras or years?
Swingways. These are all from the 50s.
Okay.
Okay, all of these. And that's really 50s into the early to mid 60s, these were all really popular.
Show us the swing away again.
So here's this, again, this is meant to be a wall-mounted unit. You have coarse one way, fine the other, and then it drops down into here. Actually, let's put some ice in there. You know what? Let me grab some ice out of the freezer. We'll be right back. Let's demonstrate here. We're going to put a few ice cubes in the crusher here. And now we're going to turn it.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Looks like it...
Again, coarse that way. There we go. Fine that way.
Looks like it takes a little muscle.
It does take a little muscle because, you know, ice is hard.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, still got a few pieces in there.
Maybe shake it up a little.
Let's see. Now, look what we got. Let's show our friends. Look at that.
See,
Isn't
it's
that
like
nice?
Turning diamonds or rocks into diamonds.
Absolutely. So there's a crushed ice in that way. Then it's like, okay, how do you kind of maximize that? Then they started coming out with electric ice crushers.
Oh, wow.
So here's one. This is made by Rival. Okay,
And
they're still in business today.
Aren't they famous for their
Crock pots.
Crock pots, yeah.
But this is an Isomatic electric ice crusher. So I'm going to turn it on. Okay, you hear it going?
Oh, yeah.
Now, the ice goes in this chute, and then on the side,
That's your drawer?
oh, look, I have this in there. From the last time I used it. Let it get up to speed.
Oh, is that what it's doing?
Hear it?
I was going to say, this thing's about to fly off the counter.
So that's where the ice is going to go. In the back, you have your adjustment for finer or coarser. Okay?
Okay.
So what we're going to do...
Oh, wow. You can hear it grinding away automatically.
Yep.
Electrically.
Living better, electric. Okay?
That's cool.
Now we'll turn it off, and let's look at that.
Very fine.
Isn't that beautiful?
Wait, I didn't get a good shot of it. Hold on. Yeah, it's like
Isn't that nice?
a little finer than the other one.
Yes, and, you know, no fuss, no muss. Okay?
You could make, those things, those frosty drinks, like a snow cone.
Snow cone, right. But, you know, how nice is this in, a cocktail?
Yeah,
Ice,
but
right?
like, could you run that through twice and get it even finer?
I don't think so. I think because then it would just fall through the blades.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Here's another one. Now, this one you can tell by the color. It's avocado. So this is from the late 60s, early 70s. And this is also made by Daisy, like that manual one that had the rocket ship. Same idea.
Yeah.
Ice goes in here. There's a little drawer, and it would come out here. And then you would set it fine, medium, or coarse, depending on the style of ice that you want.
And look, it's even got a little picture of it looks like ice going into a bowl or something.
Yep.
And then, can I open this for a second?
Yes.
Oh, see, that looks like almost it's made perfectly for the way ice cubes used to come out of trays.
Yes. Yep. And that's how most of us made ice, is whatever the trays that came with our refrigerator. Now here, this is a really deluxe. This is part of a electric power unit that Oster made. And then you would have different attachments that went on it, like a meat grinder or a juicer, okay? And you could switch off. Well, one of the attachments you could buy was this ice crusher. And look at this, Ralph. This one has so many different settings. 1 to 9. 1 being the finest, 9 being the coarsest. So you would set this wherever you wanted it. And then I'm going to turn it on. Okay. You put a bowl underneath. And then voila! That is not playing. Look at that.
No, that is.
Now, if you wanted
cool.
it finer, you set it over here to the one position.
Let's try a finer one.
Want to try a finer one? Okay. Let's clear that. So let's put it on its finest setting, which would be there. Let's see how fine this makes it.
Yeah.
What do you think?
That's very cool.
Cool, huh?
Yep, that does the trick.
Then also made by Oster is this. These were very popular. This is sort of a ice crushing unit. So here's the top part, which has the motor and does the crushing, and it simply sits on top of this plastic container where the crushed ice falls into.
But it's clear, which is it seems like a innovation from the other ones that are.
And look, this one still has a sticker on it. Crush mounds of cooling ice for festive occasions.
Right.
And it has an exclusive hammer mill design. So, unlike those which have teeth that kind of go like this and force the ice through and crush it,
right.
This has these little hammers that spin around at real high speeds.
Wow.
And bust the ice up.
Can you see them, or they're too hidden in?
Well, they're kind of. I don't know if you can get in there with the camera. They're kind of hidden.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Okay. So let's just show our friends how this one works. So we're gonna put some ice in here. It also has it's on a course setting right now.
Something fell out of it.
What's that? It's going. All right, sounds like it's been gone through. Look. Ooh. How's that?
That looks great.
Pretty cool, huh? All right.
So
now
that was an Oster?
Oster. Now what you've got is here, this is a Oster ice attachment for an Oster Izer blender.
Oh,
Okay? So this was something that you bought separately. So here's your Oster blender, okay? And then what you did is you bought this.
Well, that's the base of a blender.
This is the base of a blender. But this was meant to fit on top,
right,
like so, okay?
That's so cool.
And then, move this out of the way, and then what you would do is you would put you see how it's shaped, here's your chute. Now let's turn this blender on.
Doesn't it lock in somehow?
Let me see, hold this opens up like so, okay? Let me do it this way. Okay, here we go. I'm going to turn the blender on. I might have it up too high. Wow.
All right.
That one, isn't really, I mean, it crushes the ice.
We
but
could have
man,
a snowball fight with that.
You could. All right, so there's that. Not great. Now Waring, another blender company, also made an ice crusher attachment. And again, there's fit on top of their blender. And you just, we'll turn this thing on. Okay. Doesn't that sound like a rocket?
It does. I need hazard pay and some safety goggles. That was really
These
flying.
are hardcore heavy duty. Now, maybe I'm running the blender too high.
No, but show our friends the thing that you're using to push down. That's kind of
It has a
interesting.
plunger.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the first one I've seen with one of those, right?
And yes, and it came with this book. Basically, I love it. It says "Cool Living" with a Wearing Ice Crusher, and it's basically filled with
different recipes,
frappes, cobblers. Crushed ice has many uses. All the things that you would do. Mint julep.
I don't think that said cobbler. I think that said cooler.
Cooler, did it? Okay.
How would you make a cobbler?
Oh, it says cobbler.
Oh, I was looking over there.
Oh, okay. Cobblers and coolers. An apricot flip.
Oh, okay.
Wow. We got to try
Show us
some
the
of
cover
these.
again. I didn't get a good shot of that. Nice, yeah.
So these are all things designed for crushing ice, and you think of with the holidays coming up, well, we're not going to be having big parties like we normally would, because unfortunately we're still dealing with a pandemic. But you know what? There will come a time when we can gather once again and have big celebrations. And you got to have the crushed ice.
And those that can gather safely would still want to have some nice,
Absolutely.
fun cocktails.
Even if it's just 2 or 3 of us, why wouldn't we want maybe a nice shrimp cocktail?
Right.
Maybe a fancy drink with some crushed ice.
Or just some kind of fun hors d'oeuvres that need to stay on ice or cooled. Yeah.
See, because the nice thing about, again, crushed ice is here you have this, Ralph. You can put a bowl in here and have this wonderful bed of ice,
keeping it cool,
keep things cool. And I don't know, there's just something fancy about crushed ice,
and at the same time very retro.
Yeah. And so here over the years they have made all kinds of things to help us. I think for a lot of people today, a lot of regular blenders will crush ice. If they've got a strong enough motor, you can put ice, in the blender jar and turn it on, and it will crush ice.
But would it affect the blades of the blender? Whereas
well,
an ice crusher is...
not all blenders will do it,
right.
Because some blender blades are not strong enough.
Yeah, so you don't want to take a chance.
Some of them aren't. So don't do it unless you know for sure that your blender
can handle it. But I was noticing these ice crushers have obviously heavier teeth and things that crush that aren't like
these really do crush,
right?
And some chop and some crush, but the idea is that they basically bust those ice cubes into smaller pieces.
And I love how we went from the manual driving ones to the electric ones, and just so much fun.
So you know what? This was a way to also sort of showcase and celebrate the collection of things that we have here at Cavalcade, including ice crushers, because why not? They are a part of American culture and American houseware history, and something that we still have occasion to need is crushed ice.
And we love when you join us for a little tour of Kevin's Vintage Appliance Museum.
Yeah, love bringing this stuff out and trying it out and testing it out.
And love having you with us.
So you know what? Thanks for being a part of this one. We hope you are safe and strong, and we appreciate you watching. We appreciate you subscribing, and we're going to look forward to seeing you again real soon.
Stay cool.
And
get it?
Yeah. Stay cool. Absolutely. We'll see you again real soon right here on Cavalcade of Food. Bye, everybody.
Bye.